Alright guys, if you're watching this because you want to double check how to replace the case for your key fob, then let's go through this and I hope this helps. So first thing that you're going to need is obviously a new case. I got this one from the one and only Rockwell Auto, really cheap. It's a 3.9 V6 2004 Mustang, and that's exactly what I have. So you take the new one and the old one, make sure that they sent you the right one. If it doesn't even look the same, then don't bother opening it up. Just let them know. I mean, don't open the package if it's that blatantly incorrect. But one thing that you can do to make sure that you're ordering the right one in the first place is you can look at the FCC ID on the back of the current key fob. Let's see if we can get a focus in here. And I don't know how well you can see it, but right around there you got the FCC ID with some letters and stuff after it. So when you're ordering it online, you can make sure that the letters that you're ordering for, they actually mold the cases, is the geometry matches this part number. So when you're first ordering the case, go ahead and check that they match up when you order it. So first thing that we're going to do to replace it is obviously remove the old case from the content inside. So to do that, sometimes you can just prime open. A little hard to do that with one hand, or sometimes you can take a small screwdriver. See if I can focus in, sorry. Take a small screwdriver and start to pry out the little pieces. You don't have to be too careful when you're getting rid of this one because it's going in the trash, but you don't want to damage the pieces that are inside of it. So I'm gonna go in and set you guys down while I pry this open. I'm just going along the edges at each part, lifting up the case a little bit more. Okay guys, now we got both the old case taken apart and the new case taken out of the box, or packaging I guess. So first thing you want to do is kind of compare the insides and make sure that everything is kind of aligning right. You see these little brackets aren't exactly curved perfectly to what the old one was. It's pretty similar though, so it should still work. If these were placed way up here, obviously this battery is not going to fit. So you got the wrong case, send it back, tell them double check what you ordered, and you can just move to each piece and kind of check, make sure the geometries are similar enough. Sometimes they're fairly more different, like this definitely pops out a lot more than this one, but the geometry is still there. It's an aftermarket piece, it's not going to be OEM. So just make sure that it looks like it'll fit in there before you start to try and shove the new board in, because these are pretty delicate. So one thing to note is make sure that this board is still in this rubber piece when you take it out of the case. Don't try to take out the plastic first. It's more likely that you'll be chipping it like that. You can just pull on the rubber here and it's got that cushion. And the same thing goes for installation. We're going to put this into the rubber piece first, and then we're going to put it into this casing so that it helps protect it whenever you're trying to install, because sometimes it's like a snap fit into place. You just want to protect anything from chipping onto this or any kind of impact that could throw off part of the circuit board. And then we'll also just pop the battery from here to this side, and you can see right there, let me get a focus in. Right here is where it has the positive side of the battery should be facing onto this part of the case. So a lot of times you take this battery out and you'll see on the back end it has that positive there. So it's back against that, you can see the positive sign on the old case too. So when you're putting it in, you want to make sure that you put the positive side facing down. And it's a little loose, so not as tight a fit, but that's okay. It looks like it should still connect pretty well once everything's compressed. So next, we're going to want to make sure that this end has all the circuit board pieces. Those are the buttons. This end, you can see, is where the battery is actually going to connect to give it power. So you want to make sure that's the part that's going down. So when you connect the two, it'll be able to touch between battery and the contact points. If you put it in backwards, the battery is going to be touching the capacitors and every other part of the board except for where it's supposed to get power. So make sure to transfer it over correctly. So now we're just going to pop this in the new one. And make sure the positive goes down. And we're going to take this. And be careful when you try pushing down. Make sure it snaps regularly. So it looks like I might have a small fitment problem here. So instead of just forcing it down, I'm going to open it up and see if I can figure out what's causing it to not clasp. Okay, looks like I just missed part of the rubber here matching up with the insert. So, you know, make sure to I realigned that and snapped it in together. So that's pretty much it. Now you got the new fob case in. Let's go and test it out. Alright, got it all set up now, and just to show you guys that this is working, I'm just going to come out and show you me pushing the button and lock engaging. So fob is working. Still got a button here I can pop the trunk with. Nothing right now, so I'll hit the trunk and it unlocks. You know, it's open. Nobody else pushing buttons for me. Stand out here. Lock, unlock. So that's how you change the case. Pretty simple. I guess good luck